here's Mike and Brian.
And here we go!
This is the Mike and Brian Show. Heard every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it's sports, we're throwing it down. And did we mention we happen to like the Buffalo Bills just a little bit? If it's happening in Buffalo sports, we're talking about it. This is the Mike and Brian Show. And here's Mike and Brian.
And here we go!
This is the Mike and Brian Show. Heard every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it's sports, we're throwing it down. And did we mention we happen to like the Buffalo Bills just a little bit? If it's happening in Buffalo sports, we're talking about it. This is the Mike and Brian Show. And here's Mike and Brian.
And here we go!
This is the Mike and Brian Show. Heard every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it's sports, we're throwing it down. And did we mention we happen to like the Buffalo Bills just a little bit? If it's happening in Buffalo sports, we're talking about it. This is the Mike and Brian Show. And here's Mike and Brian.
Hey, boys, let's get it. Here's everybody. Here we go, boys. Hope you guys like that little intro there. You know, that was a little surprise for you guys. Hope you like it. I had to play it a few times for everybody. I had to play it a few times for everybody, you know, so you guys could hear it. Alright, so, start off the show. No, we were sorry about yesterday, guys. Brian, unfortunately, was, with the work and the holidays and everything, it was a little, yeah, a little busy, so we decided, we're going to do a little show here for you guys, probably not going to be that long of a show, not a lot happened this week in Saturday, but we can get right into it, but, honestly, like, it's kind of, yeah, it's not, yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yes, yeah, stuff that like we like to hear, man. Like you're saying, the things that are going to be opening, the states might be opening soon. We're about to be maybe going into phase two, happening, next week and everything. It's pretty awesome to see that. Wait, hold on, we can't hear Brian. Hold on, they can't hear you right now, Brian, for some reason. Hold on, what's going on? Hold on, hold on, hold on. All right, hold on. Now, hold on. Talk again.
Can you hear me?
There we go. Okay. All right, we should be good. Hold on. Can you just pull this back up for us? All right. Is it tell me? Okay, sorry about that, guys. We should be good now. We should be good now. Okay. All right.
Okay.
You're
Like I
all
was
right.
saying,
All right. Go ahead.
I don't know if everyone heard, but this morning, Governor Cuomo made an announcement. He announced that all professional sports teams in the state of New York were allowed to return to training facilities to, start to pick up and do whatever training camp they need before these professional leagues attempt to restart their seasons or start a playoff in the NHL stands. So lots of things moving forward here in New York, and it's good signs.
Yes. It's huge signs, man. It's like you said earlier. I know, but nobody heard him. But he was just saying like things are gonna be opening up. I mean, we were talking about the Phil. We're gonna be talking about the Phil and the Tiger match today. That was a huge like. It was nice to see a sporting event. I think me and you enjoyed it a lot. I think a lot of other people enjoyed it. I think it was just a spectacle that we haven't seen a lot, and I think a lot of people did cherish that. And it was good to see. It's. I know there was no fans there. I mean, but it was something that we could see on TV, and I think it was a great great to see this weekend. It was awesome.
So good. It was really good, and it was supposed to kick off at 3 o'clock, and it did get pushed back. I think about an hour and a half due to the weather that was happening there in Florida. But beautiful golf club they were playing in. It's a golf club that a lot of the professional golfers have memberships at. They don't play any PGA Tour golf tournaments on this course, so it's nice to see, the scenery of a course you'll never get to see on TV and stuff. And it's still the same level of course adjustment to the professionals' skill level. So it was really cool to see, one of those courses you'll never see a big tournament played at.
Exactly. I don't know if you knew this, but that was actually considered Tiger's home course because he, actually has a membership there. He plays there a lot. He probably plays there about 150 times a year. I didn't know if you knew that or not. But that was actually something that was actually said in there that he was he was a home course advantage. They were talking about in the beginning of it, and then when they were doing the driving and delaying it a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie, man. The one thing that I did enjoy a lot about it was that it was played in the rain. They had to deal with the elements. They couldn't postpone it. We both talked about that. They couldn't just postpone it and just say, oh, we're not gonna. No, they stuck it out. They were,
you could see on their faces that they knew they were doing it, what they were doing it for, what it meant to everyone who was watching, and they really stuck, like you said, stuck through it and gutted out those holes in the pouring rain, and that was really cool to see.
No, it's really cool to see. I mean, if we were talking about that, man, it was just a great competition. Like I loved how they had like the longest drive, and I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, me both looked at the amount, $20 million, guys. They raised $20 million for the COVID-19 relief. That's amazing. Like they all in the beginning of it, they were supposed to donate it. Whoever won was supposed to be going there. They all said in the beginning that they're all going to just donate in one person's name, the 10 million that was supposed to be the purse to the foundation, which was an awesome gesture by both of them. And it was kind of cool that I don't know if me and Brian watched. Like Russell Wilson joined in there and was doing this and that, and a couple other people were joining in there, and it was kind of good to see like. Like J.J. Watt, they were saying, and Michael Jordan came and hit a shot. Like that. It was just nice to see sporting event, man. It really was.
And it really started off like good competition. They were getting at it. I mean, right off the bat, right into the third hole, you seen Woods and Manning take a lead off of a crazy Peyton Manning chip shot and then putt that you could not put together unless you had some sort of golf skill. It was like 25 feet from the hole, off the edge of the green. Tiger told him where to line it up, and he just sunk it. And right off the bat, that's when they started clicking. And really quick, hole 3, hole 4, and hole 5, they jumped ahead by 3 shots in the first 6 holes.
Wow, that's kind of okay. That's definitely where they yeah, that's where they got him, man. Damn, that's where they got him with those 3 right in a row. I honestly, okay. Then I mean, we watched most of the end of it, honestly, but the end of it was just like crazy, man. It was just great to see. We didn't know how to talk about it. That freaking Tom Brady shot, bro. Holy, I mean, we all didn't think Tom Brady had a shot. This man puts it in a 4 shot, probably like 210 yards away. Just beautiful shot. Freaking comes up and just drops right back into the hole.
Got a nice backspin on it, and that baby just lined right straight for the hole and sunk in.
It was crazy.
It was a beautiful shot. It
yeah.
really was.
No, it really was. It was like And then the bets they kept doing, the side bets they had going, and like all it kind of reminded me. Did it remind you a little bit of the first match with Woods and Mickelson a little bit?
It did. I do feel as if they didn't take this as
Okay, well, sorry about this.
seriously.
My dad said, my dad goes, what about Tom Brady ripping his pants also during that shot? I don't know if you knew that. I found out after that he actually did rip his pants on that shot that he made the hole in.
Is that why he put on the new suit?
Yeah. He ripped his pants. Yeah. All right, go ahead. You can go ahead. Sorry, I had to say that because I should have mentioned that in there.
That's funny. But I just wanted to say it was really cool, like when Tom Brady and Peyton Manning had to take or line up their shots and they were thinking about what clubs to use. It's really cool to see like how much more these pros can really teach you and tell you and improve your game with just such little like improvements and little like just take a step this way, separate your feet a couple more inches. Like they were just giving them little pointers like that, like almost like your father teaching you out on the golf course. And you could see through the 18, both Brady and Manning's game getting better as they played more golf with the professionals.
No, 100%.
It's a really cool thing to see.
100%, man. It's like honestly the one thing that I liked the most about it was when they were on the green and like they were reading the putts and like Mickelson's going up there and saying, "Here, man, appreciate the like, whoever that was, appreciate that like there." And anybody who isn't new to the stream and has to follow or likes it, you go ahead and like that, follow it, hit that share button. The more that we can get this out here, like trying to get the sports. Everybody likes sports. Everybody likes it. Put it out on there. Hit that like button, share it out on your page. People will see it. But yeah, I mean, honestly, man, like just like the fact that when they were sitting at the green and like the greens and just like Mickelson and Tiger, they obviously are pros. They know how to read the greens. These dudes are telling man, like they're really telling them like hit it here and it's gonna go there. Okay, so they literally hit it there and yeah, it went where it goes. Like these dudes are legit. It's kind of crazy to see it. Like
I know, it almost like makes you think if you got the opportunity to play around with them, how much you could improve your game.
Yeah, like one round with Tiger Woods, like how much better would you get?
Or Phil Mickelson. Phil Mickelson is a master of it too, man. He was throwing stuff out there left and right for Tom Brady. He didn't even know this kind of stuff happened in golf. All this mathematical process and all that kind of stuff. And Phil really showed him and opened his eyes up to what it really takes, to golf on a professional level.
Yeah, appreciate all the likes, guys. Appreciate all the likes.
Yeah, definitely, guys. We love all the likes. I hope everyone got a chance to catch the intro in the beginning. Again, this is the Mike and Brian Show. We usually come live to you every Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. This week, due to the holiday and the Memorial Day holiday, we're doing our show tonight, live, Sunday night for you, just to bring you our hot takes and get out the news to you guys. We didn't want to leave you hanging. We want to make sure we're getting out to our fans every week. So thank you guys again for all the likes and all the shares. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, I think we're like almost 5 likes right now. Come on, let's get to 10 likes, guys. Can we get to 10 likes? Come on, guys. We can get to 10 likes. Come on. 10 likes, boys.
Get the viewers up, man. Come on. Anyway, back to the match. So, like I was saying, by the sixth hole, you seen Woods and Manning already up 3 shots.
Yep.
So Brady and Mickelson were definitely feeling the pressure because for 4 holes straight, there wasn't any movement on the board. They both pairings just parred or bogeyed the same holes, and it almost seemed like they were going back and forth, almost like a tennis volley for about half of the back 9. So that was cool too. And then you seen a charge later come from Tom Brady and Phil Mickelson, because Phil Mickelson really started to hone in and the competition started to set in once they got to that 15th green, and they knew it was close, and they shrunk the lead from down 3 to down 2. And then the next hole, like Mike said, he talked about that Brady shot. That Brady shot came up, and they were nothing but uphill from there. But unfortunately, I shouldn't say unfortunately because I wanted Tiger Woods to win. But Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning did win. They won by 1 stroke, however you want to count it. They play a style of golf called match play, which is so they all take their shots throughout the hole, and they play the best. So they'll play the best drive, and then whoever drove the ball second shot, and so on and so forth. So it would rotate between the golfers and the quarterbacks. So when Brady was shooting, Manning was taking a shot, and when Woods was shooting, Mickelson was taking a shot. So the levels of competition were like right par with each other.
But it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool to see when when they weren't like that, and when it was Manning against Mickelson or Brady against Woods. It was kind of cool to see like when they were putting on the green, like one person had to put against someone else. It was kind of cool to see the different way that it did. The one thing I did like about it, the one hole that they played where they had to use the one club, and Mickelson actually used a 6-iron, and all the other ones everybody used a 5-iron, and Mickelson at the end of the hole was like, "Oh man, I shouldn't have done this," and he was just complaining about it and all this, and I'm just like,
decision.
yeah.
Let me ask you, if you had to shoot, okay, we're playing par 4, we'll call it 420 yards. What club are you pulling out of your bag to use?
5-iron, easily.
2-iron?
5-iron or a putter, honestly.
I was gonna say either my 5-iron or my 5 hybrid I'm pulling out. So either one. I just feel like the 5 is what gets you down there. Gives you a good distance on the first and second shot, and then the 5-iron is something you can control as far as like a chip or a putt if you need to. So
yeah, appreciate all those likes, by the way, guys, coming in. I appreciate all those likes. Appreciate it very much, very much. But yeah, dude, honestly, so what would you use? You would use what you said? You said a 2-iron or a 5-iron?
I said my 5-iron hybrid. So it's an iron hybrid, but it.
Yo, that would be good for putting, bro. That would be good for putting.
Yeah.
Like you would honestly be able to putt pretty good with that.
You've seen it before. You know what the club has.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it would be really good. Like honestly, that would probably be really good for putting. That's kind of cool. We should do it. Honestly, we should. Honestly, guys, next time we go golfing, maybe we'll go live and we'll do a hole for you guys, like just with the 5-iron or something, just to show you guys. Since we talked about it, it'd be kind of cool to do. Maybe maybe an idea. But I mean, honestly, man, like it was just great to see them raise $20 million to the COVID fund, and just like I think it was more the everybody seeing the spectacle and actually seeing a sporting event again, man. Yeah. Like we're watching like NASCAR, we're watching all people are probably watching wrestling and all these other things, and it's like honestly, bro, it was nice to see golf, and it was nice to just actually. It was honestly awesome. I loved it a lot.
And it truly does. Golf has that great amenity where they will be able to play without any spectators, because all they have to do now is, strap one of these microphones on the golfers, and the content that they get from the dialogue between the golfers and the caddies and the pairings, that's great television right there, on top of the commentators and whatnot. I didn't even notice that there wasn't anybody watching them play golf. That didn't stand out to me at all.
No, I don't think that stand out to anybody. Like you said, I think it's more. I honestly think that these if what's gonna happen if there isn't fans, we're gonna get a lot more like bench talking and seeing what they're saying in the field and all this other stuff. It's gonna
Don't get me wrong. I might have a different feel if we were playing the Masters in September and Tiger's on the 18 and takes that tee shot, and I don't hear "get in the hole."
Okay.
That might be a little bit different, and I know I look for that all the time. But
no, I feel you.
Back to like what we were talking about fans attending and like how it feels without any crowd in there. I don't know if you've heard all this stuff about pumping like the fake fan noise into the stadiums.
Soccer games? Did you hear that? They're doing it in the soccer games.
Oh, they are?
Yes. They are doing it in the soccer games. I was watching a soccer game the other day. It was on ESPN. It was honestly weird, man. It was.
Do you think they need to do that for golf?
No, I think if we're talking about that, like if there's no fans, I'm just saying if there's no fans at like NBA, if they're gonna restart or any other things, like are they gonna pump in music? Is it gonna be like allowed? Is that illegal? Like what I'm saying? Like how do you feel about it?
Personally, I mean, the commentators, and I've always been a fan of play-by-play announcers. Obviously, coming from Buffalo, we have the greatest play-by-play announcer for our hockey will ever be. So, as a kid growing up, I really fell in love with just like what the play-by-play announcer is and what he does and what he means to the game. So, it means a lot to me just be able to, still have the commentators, because I find a lot of entertainment in the commentators, and that's like what I really look for when I'm not like watching what actually goes on the field or on the ice. So I think personally I could adapt to just like, the commentators and whatever dialogue we can get from the players in the sport. I think we'll be able to get a good grasp and a different feel for the game. And it'll be good for a little while, I don't think things like this are what should stick as the norm. No way. No. I think there should be 80,000 people at the Masters cheering on Tiger Woods or whoever's entitled for the green jacket. That's what it's about, and that's what puts the pressure on those golfers' shoulders. And who knows? Maybe it is good for golfers. Maybe they go out there and they don't have to worry about, what's his name saying, or the fans blabbing at you when you walk by after you miss a putt or something.
No. I think it's I agree. I think it is. Like you said, I would. I think, like you said, it's a different feel of the game. You get like you get the players talking, and you get all these other. You get the sounds of the basketball and all. It's a whole different feel, man. Like if you, for example, UFC.
Yeah.
We both watched UFC fight with no fans. I personally think it's more like they're more engaged. Like I don't think they're like. I think in other fights they're watching the fans, they're looking around and stuff. Like they're just engaged in fighting, bro. It's all they're caring about. The only thing that really distracts them is the commentators, which I think they need to move them back from the cage or something, or do something better than that.
Like a booth, like they have a football announcer, So,
yeah.
So exactly. So their dialogue doesn't affect what's going on in the octagon or whatever, or they can't give an excuse then. Because let's be honest, it's probably not, but they will let it be an excuse if they can use it as one. And I don't know, maybe it does bother a fighter to hear Joe Rogan say he's got to throw more leg kicks, or he's getting knocked around by this guy. Maybe it does get in their head, but you know what? They're just saying what's going on. It's just part of the sport. It's just detailing for the fan. It's all part of it. What? You want to watch a fight and nobody say a word, but the fighters, the grunting and the punching? That wouldn't be any good.
No, that's not what we want to see. No, not even close. Not even close.
That wouldn't be any good.
No, I mean I agree, man. I think it's gonna be definitely. I think we want to get out of this. People saying like, oh, nobody. It's gonna be the norm for a little bit. Like honestly, I don't know if you heard this. I would bring up another thing about the fans. Actually, the Pittsburgh Steelers were the first team to announce that they're only selling 50% of their individual tickets.
Oh, good.
So what that actually could mean is, I think for us, and because we're season ticket holders, and I know we've talked about this, and we have other people. I honestly do think that the Bills are gonna only have they have too many season ticket holders to sell tickets. Maybe they might only sell 5,000 tickets. It might not be. It's not gonna be a crazy amount.
New Era Field holds like 91,000 people, and 60,000 of the tickets belong to season ticket holders.
Yeah, so like I just don't think that. Yeah, no, it's 70,000, bud. 75.
Oh, 75?
Yeah, it's 75,000, I think.
Wow, that's crazy.
No, maybe it's like 70 something. Maybe it's 72. If anybody in the chat, I know anybody watching there, anybody remember what can look up the size of the stadium for us real quick. I'm pretty sure it's 70. It's 70 something. 71, 70. It's like
the size of the stadium is 91, bro. It's definitely 90 something.
No, it's not that high, bro. It's like 70 something.
Give me 1 second. But anyway, yeah, no, you're right. But like, is every market like Buffalo, where majority of
like Jacksonville? That's a good example. That's a good example. So what do you think? That's what I'm saying. Like, do you think all these teams should do that? Honestly, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers are setting the right example. I think this is what needs to happen. I think they need to just understand that they're not going to be able to fill the whole stadium. Like if we want fans to go to the stadium, it's going to have to be a reduced amount.
Okay, you were right. 72,000 fans can fit.
72,000. So if
the 60,000 mark of season ticket holders is probably right. That's what our rep told me over the phone was that 60,000 people have season tickets, which is that's about 80% of your ticket sales.
Yep.
If you ask me.
Yep. And I agree. I don't really think they want to expand anymore on that.
There's no markets probably that are. I mean, I'm sure there are some, teams that win Super Bowls and have great fan bases like Buffalo, but I could name 7, 8 teams that I could probably bet my bottom dollar less than half of their seating capacity belongs to season ticket holders. Chargers,
Packers, Rams.
LA Rams, yeah. Jacksonville.
No, Jacksonville probably doesn't. No, you just said Jacksonville probably sold. I mean, honestly, probably like Raiders. They're probably definitely sold out.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking that are sold out.
Yeah, I'm talking about like season tickets that are like where they don't even sell them anymore. Probably.
Oh, okay. Then that's teams like I'd have to say probably like Pittsburgh, New England,
Packers,
New Orleans,
Chicago.
Yep. Even Seattle. I mean, they've been really good for a decade and a half now. So.
What's up, Dave? What's up, freaking Hector? How you guys all doing tonight? I hope you guys are all doing. What's up, freaking Pam, Dan, Danielle? What's up, everybody? What's up, Dave? But yeah, man, honestly, it's just great. It's just honestly gonna be kind of interesting what the NFL is gonna tell. Like that's what I don't know. Is it gonna be the NFL telling these teams to do it now that the Pittsburgh Steelers did it, or is it gonna be team by team? Like that's what I like. Or owner by owner, like that's what I don't understand. Like I want to know like what is it really going to be?
I'd like to believe the NFL is a collective, just like they bargain and collectively agree on everything. That's why there's a players union. So I'd like to agree that the owners would work in the same way, but just look at it from the point of college football. The NCAA has like, as far as their jurisdiction goes, they've now passed it to these colleges and these tens of thousands of major colleges and the big conferences across the country. They're saying the ball's in your court now. We're at the point where we want you to make the decision if it's safe enough for your students to come back, because students are not paid, and the NCAA's number one motivation and like slogan behind them is academics come before being an athlete. So, and a lot of the big, like, I know a couple big colleges like the Michigan, what do you want to call it, dean or whatever, he said that he won't be allowing any students back at Michigan this fall. So he doesn't see how there could be a Michigan football program if there's absolutely nobody at the school. So I don't know, man. It's gonna, like you said, I think they're gonna collectively bargain.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. All right, I don't want to cut you off. I'm just gonna play because I know Dave has been here all the time, and Dave, you probably didn't hear it for us. I'm gonna play the intro for right now, just for everybody, so everybody who missed it in the beginning. I'm just gonna play it real quick. Hold on, give me a second here. Let me pull it up. I'm gonna hide Brian for a second here. Let me just pull something.
Like and share.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me pull that up for you. I'm gonna put on the thing. We're gonna still be able to talk, but you're just gonna hear the thing. So give me a second here. All right. You can still talk, Brian, but.
And here we go.
This is the Mike and Brian Show.
All right. Let me know if you guys can hear that.
Heard every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it's sports, we're throwing it down. And did we mention we happen to like the Buffalo Bills just a little bit? If it's happening in Buffalo sports, we're talking about it. This is the Mike and Brian Show. And here's Mike and Brian.
There you go, Dave. I figured I'd show you that, and we can put Brian neck on the screen. I know you were in here all the time, Dave. I know you're one of our fans for a while, man. We appreciate that. Yeah, man. Every intro, if you want to hear that in the beginning, that's the intro. It will be there every time. So if you guys like that, you want to hear it every time, that's gonna be the intro every time. So we appreciate it.
Right at the start of every show, and you can catch that super cool intro, and we'll be coming out with it. We'll be throwing some more things like that at you guys. We like to have fun. We're little multimedia guys over here. We like to dabble in that kind of stuff. So look for more stuff like that to be coming at you.
And if you guys haven't already hit that like button, hit the share button. It's right down below. Just, rub it, slap it, hit it with your finger, hit it with your toe if you want. Whatever you want to do. Hit it with your freaking nose if you want to. I don't care.
One last thing back on the match, we talked about the donations and like Russell Wilson and all these different prop bets that the golfers had between each other during the actual match. But I just want to talk about the golf carts that they were each driving. I don't know if everyone knows who was watching the match, but those golf carts were custom made for each golfer. Tiger Woods had a custom made one, Phil Mickelson, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady. Now, all 4 of those golf carts are being raffled off to the COVID relief fund. All the funds will go, obviously, to COVID-19. And the cool thing about this, I know a lot of people have been like, I've seen some stuff online about these all-in challenges and this kind of stuff that they're like offering people to want to donate money for COVID. This is only stuff that millionaires and billionaires can realistically think about ever doing, because they're the only ones who can donate large amounts of money that would get them to be noticed by the people who are offering these things. So what's cool about the golf cart thing is they set a limitation. There was a $5 entry to
$10. $10. Yes.
$10 entry for the donation, and you were only allowed up to
$500.
So what's that? How many donations? How many times does 10 go into $500? 50 times. 50.
I mean, honestly, bro, $10. If I mean, I don't know if it's still going on. I think it ended. I think it ends this weekend. I think you could still do it. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I just thought that was really cool and different, because me too personally. I'd like to win a chance to sit down and watch a football game with Roger Goodell. Those are like once in a lifetime types of things, but only guys with millions of dollars to donate that can write it off in their taxes, and they can write on the newsletter, say so-and-so donated such and such to so-and-so and make news about it. So yeah, it does. The common man is ignored.
No, 100%, 100%. I agree. All right, we got a question from. I know we let's do off top. We got a question from Dave. It says, when does the MLB think the MLB is going to be coming back this year? I'd love to see baseball back this year. We can talk about. Well, let's see what Brian has to say about that.
I wrote down something right here. I did a little bit of research before the show. I had to get a few more notes down. The MLB. Speaking of the MLB, they are expected this week to send out their, I believe it's a 75 to 80 page proposal on all the way the money would be distributed between the players and the owners, the amount of games that would need to be played. I believe they've done a mathematical process where they say they need at least 82 games this season played to reach a certain dollar amount. So it's all a lot of lawyer stuff and all that in 78 pages of notes. But what you should know is that they're setting up these, daily testing, just like the NBA, not quarantining, but these players and these teams isolating themselves to only each other while the season is going on, so if, just for example, if the Sabres were playing, Jack Eichel wouldn't even be able to go home to his girlfriend or his kids if he had any. He would go back to the hotel with the team, and he would only be with the team and the people who are on the team. So it's a lot to ask from these players, but they want to come back and play, and they want to be safe at the same time, and there's other players who say they won't play unless they're fully safe. So I think we still got a few weeks, maybe even a month, until we hear anything about the NBA.
No, I agree. Appreciate that with that like, Ricky. Welcome, Tom Della just joined in. Welcome, Ricky. Appreciate the like. If you guys haven't liked that thing down below, go ahead. But no, honestly, bro, it's kind of crazy, man. Like, so wait, you're telling me if they actually, okay, so let me just get this. I just want to make sure I heard you right. So if the players, so when they start the game, or they're going to start the season, all these players would not go back to their family?
Yeah, so for the rest of the season, they would essentially live as teammates. And
I don't know how the players are going to feel about that. I don't think that's going to fly. I don't know, man. Just imagine if you were a player, you had to not go to your family or be. I don't think I could do that. I don't think that's gonna fly. I think they're gonna have to,
Like
really.
you said, though, they're just looking. They're looking at the short window basis, man. Like they're, if so, the idea with the NBA is they'll be playing in Orlando at the ESPN Worldwide facility, where like they take the Under Armour college athletes and the McDonald's athletes, and like they do training camps and skill evaluations and all that kind of stuff. So it's a great sports complex. It has lots of basketball venues, lots of courts. Multiple games can be played at one point in time, and so think of it this way: the first round of the NBA playoffs takes about 2.5 weeks because of travel and it being a 7-game series, and sometimes having to go from Milwaukee to Boston or so on and so forth. So now they're all going to be in the same place, in the same hotel rooms, and in the same hunk of land there at Disney World, the worldwide sports facility, and they're going to be able to, get a round of the playoffs played in 1 week. So you may see the season wrap up in less than 2 months. It might be a lot of games really fast.
Like okay, and I like that because it's they're right near each other and
Exactly.
it's kind of good. Yeah,
They don't have to travel. They don't go home. Like they're always together. Like as much as, like you said, as much as they have to sacrifice and be away from their families, it's giving the teams and the organization the thought of they're not exposing anyone if anyone were to be sick, and they don't want, if one positive test does pop up, they don't want it to turn into 30 positive tests. You know what I'm saying?
And from the fans in the chat, they both Dave says that's what he heard, and Ricky just says says for the NHL series, I think he's talking about. He said that he would heard that the fans would, the players would be staying with each other in hotels and like in a whole which and I think like now thinking of it, man, it's probably the best way to go about it. I don't think that the NFL is gonna now talking about the NFL. If they were to come back, that is something that I now like. Do you think there's gonna be fans at these games with the NBA? Like, is that gonna be something that you see? Like, so the NFL can no.
No, I do when for the rest of this season, like whatever they try and cram into this summer and the end of fall before football starts. No, I do not believe there will be any fans at a hockey game or an NBA game until next season. Personally.
There you go. Heard it from Brian there, guys. Heard it from Brian. It's a little unfortunate here. I mean, hopefully we hear some good news. I mean, I've heard. I don't know if you're all from, most of you are from New York here, and Governor Cuomo actually did come out and said that he really wants to, have fans at the games this year. That's one thing that he does really want. He wants it, to be. He wants to bring the Bills back. He wants Bills the call. It's just something that needs to happen, man. NFL, it would be such a weight off of everybody's shoulders if we could have a sporting league go on and the fans come back and it just goes back to normal, man. And I don't know if you've seen this. It's a little off topic, but I actually did see 500 doctors that are saying that they need to end the shutdown. They actually sent an email to Trump with a petition, 500 doctors on it, saying that they need to end the lockdown as soon as possible, or there's going to be more casualties. And that was actually today.
Yeah, I think coming in these next couple weeks, changes are going to start to happen a lot faster than they were promised, which is a good thing. And as long as everyone, we don't know as far as from this weekend, everyone enjoying the nice weather outside here in Buffalo, and as much as we have to social distance, everyone wants to be with friends and family on Memorial Day when the weather's nice and beautiful. So hopefully tomorrow, when we all wake up and we figure out the statistics from the news and stuff, hopefully this stuff didn't spike back up and we didn't or regress from where we were a week ago, because I think we're moving forward fast, and this the teams being able to come back in New York, the professional teams, is a big step forward, and it's a big step towards pointing you to when you can look for sports to come back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen that. Another thing that Governor Cuomo actually did say is actually today he announced that he is going. Someone just said Greg is something and thing. Said, "Hey Brian, what's up? How you holding up, bud?" I don't know if you know who Greg is. Greg is
What's up,
Glusky.
Greg?
And
Yep,
then
what's up, Greg?
and
Thanks,
then
man. Hit the like button, share it.
yeah,
Thanks,
hit that
dude.
like button, guys. If you guys are just hopping in, hit that like button. But I gotta say, man, it's definitely kind of weird. Like, I don't know. I really want to see like what happens with all these, people coming in, and it's just gonna be weird. It's gonna be really weird to see what's gonna happen. I mean, are we gonna see? Governor Cuomo actually did say this. I think it was. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but he said that all training camps, including New York Giants, including the New York Jets and the Buffalo Bills, should go on as normal, and that's really great to hear. I don't. The one thing that I wanna hear. But honestly, what I want to hear is I really want to hear this. Like honestly, fans at the training camps. That would be a huge step.
I love that every summer. So much fun.
So
Going to Bills training camp.
no, it would be it would be.
Yeah, but like you said, I think as fast as things got bad, I think they're about to get good, and I think that's because our officials and the people in charge and the CDC and the medical professionals, like you said, are starting to, put their foot down and say, hey, this is enough, man. We've been doing this for too long now. Like it's now detrimental to society. It is no longer helping us. It is regressing us. So now there has to be another step. Now the point needs to come in. Don't obviously everyone has their own opinion. Don't take this from me. I'm no medical professional. My opinion is everyone just needs to, you know, maybe not wear the face mask every day, and maybe you can give your friend a high five and you can hug your aunt and whatnot, but don't cough on the person next to you.
Cover your mouth.
Cover your mouth. Wash your hands. Maybe carry sanitizer with you now. When you get back in your vehicle after leaving the grocery store or Walmart, just put a little bit of sanitizer on your hands. It goes a long way.
No, it really
You're
does.
protecting yourself and you're protecting everyone that you just came in contact with.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just going to be about how the human society can really take this on
And I just want to give a I just want to
I
give
shouldn't say human society. I should say American.
yeah, there you go. So I just want to give a little shout out to our friends. Me and Brian have been watching this little YouTube channel. It's called Vintage Breaks. They do like a old school, baseball, basketball, and all these other like, cool cards and stuff like that. We have been talking with them and going to their chat with them and talking with them. So we figured them check out their website. I'll have Brian someone type it in chat real quick. Brian, can you do it? I don't know if you could do it real quick. It's vintagebreaks.com. Check it out. I mean, they're really cool people. I mean, they go live on YouTube. They go live on it's usually 4 p.m. they start, and they go live every week. And like you can buy packs on there and stuff like that.
They do shows sometimes
It's like
7
there's
days
a week. So I mean, check them out, man. They've been giving us a little shout out on their stuff. So we figure, I mean, I don't know if they're in there right now, but they usually do watch our stuff. So we appreciate you guys, talking to us and watching us. So figured we'd give you guys a little shout out. I mean, honestly, we love your stuff, and we have been buying a couple things, and we hope to see our breaks happen soon because we have a couple things that we're waiting for.
Yeah, and it just like we share this to you guys because we're sports fans, and card collection is vintage cards, vintage baseball cards, vintage hockey cards. Some people
Star Wars.
That's their life. Star Wars.
Like they have some crazy stuff on there. Check it out. If anybody is in the chat and after here, check it out, man. You won't regret it. It's a great website, and you might buy a spot in some things. Like I said, but if you're gonna do it, I do recommend to wait when they are live because they do special bonuses when they are live. If you're gonna do it, find out what you're gonna do, put it in your cart, and then buy it when they are live. Their next show is on Tuesdays. Starts at 4 p.m. They go all the way through the night. So check them out, guys. We really appreciate it.
They'll be breaking 1977 first edition Star Wars collectible cards, and I got a spot in there. So
And then they're also going to be breaking a pack of 2013 that I bought basketball pack on that night too as well. So that we both have a thing in there. We're gonna both be in there. We'll see you in there. But yeah, we appreciate everybody that that stopped by tonight. Like I said, if you haven't hit that like button, hit that share button. If you haven't followed, hit that follow button as well, guys. We're here to give you this is the stuff we bring up to you. We tell you about like stuff like this that me and Brian are seeing on a daily basis. That we're getting new stuff. So it's honestly it's just we try to give you as much stuff as we can give to you guys. Appreciate it, Chris.
There's not too much out there in the sports news right now, but we're doing our research during the week. We're turning on the TV and dulling our minds to Sports Center, to really kind of dig and get those good details for you guys, and that's what we like to do. So just tune in next week. We will be back next week Saturday, live at 7 p.m. So make sure you tune in with us for hot new topics. Who knows what steps we'll take in the sports world this week? Hopefully all good ones, but we hope to see you all next week and tune in.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys.
yeah. Wait, hold on. We're not gonna. Before this, we're gonna play the intro one more time because anybody's new. Stay one more time, and then just you guys next week. We are gonna be doing a fantasy football edition next week. That's gonna be the topics next week. So be ready for it. Just stay in here. We're gonna play the intro one more time, and then we're gonna head out, guys. We appreciate everybody that stopped by tonight. We'll just play this one time for you guys.
Go Bills, baby.
All right.
And here we go.
You guys gonna play it a couple times for you guys.
Is the
and then we'll
Mike
end it
and
up.
Brian
This will be
Show.
all right, you guys have a good night.
Heard
Good
every
morning,
Saturday
good
at
weekend.
7 p.m.
Thanks for
Eastern
stopping by.
Standard Time.
Alright,
If it's
stay safe.
sports, we're throwing it down. And did we mention we happen to like the Buffalo Bills just a little bit? If it's happening in Buffalo sports, we're talking about it. This is the Mike and Brian Show. And here's Mike and Brian.
And here we go.
This is the Mike and Brian Show. Heard every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If it's sports, we're throwing it down. And did we mention we happen to like the Buffalo Bills just a little bit? If it's happening in Buffalo sports, we're talking about it. This is the Mike and Brian Show. And here's Mike and Brian.
All right, guys, have a good night.
Bills
Peace.
just a